What is Felix Culpa in relation to original sin? Imagine a mistake so big that it changes everything for humanity. Now think about how that mistake might actually lead to something good. That's the idea behind Felix Culpa. It's a Latin phrase meaning happy fault or fortunate fall. It's a way some Christians understand the story of Adam and Eve's original sin. Instead of seeing the fall as just a tragic event, Felix Culpa suggests it had a purpose. It opened the door for God's greatest gift, salvation through Jesus Christ. The story begins with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They disobey God, and sin enters the world. This act is called original sin. It brought suffering, death, and separation from God. But some early Christian thinkers like Ambrose and Augustine saw the fall differently. They believed that God allowed this to happen because it made way for a greater good. The fault or sin was happy because it led to God's plan of redemption. This idea is reflected in the Easter Vigil hymn called Exultat. It calls the fall a happy fault that deserved such a great Redeemer. The concept shows that even human failure can be part of God's plan. It's like a story where the worst mistake turns out to be the start of something wonderful. Biblically, the fall is described in the book of Genesis. It brought sin and death into human experience. But Felix Culpa emphasizes that this event also set the stage for God's plan of salvation. Jesus, life, death, and resurrection are seen as the answer to the problem of original sin. They restore what was broken and offer eternal life. This view encourages believers to see God's sovereignty at work. Even when humans mess up, God can turn that mistake into something good. It reminds us that God's mercy and grace are bigger than any sin. The fall, in this way, becomes a part of the story of hope and renewal. In the end, Felix Culpa shows that the original sin was not just a tragic event. It was a necessary step in God's plan to bring salvation to humanity. It highlights how God's love can transform even the worst failures into moments of grace. So, the fall becomes a fortunate fault because it led to the greatest blessing, Jesus Christ and the promise of new life.